Hey guys, Haymaker12 here, and welcome to the first ever Versus series on my channel. Today it's gun versus gun. We're going to be pitting the 205 Brecci versus the Haymaker12. Let's see which gun comes out on top and which gun I'm going to recommend that you guys use. Now, these guns are the only automatic and semi-automatic shotguns in their class, as the Argus is lever action and the KRM is pump action, so these guns are very unique. We're going to discuss the stats and the unique characteristics of each gun, and we're going to discuss them and decide which gun is the greatest of the two. For starters, let's talk about the Haymaker12. The Haymaker12 is unlockable as soon as you reach rank 18. The Haymaker12 deals the lowest damage in its class, dealing 42 for one single shot with an additional 1 damage for every pellet that hits. This means that it will only be a 2-shot kill if you hit all 16 of your pellets. The Haymaker also does not deal any additional headshot damage. This means that 9 times out of 10 it will be a 3 to 4 shot kill. The Haymaker makes up for this horrendous damage with a very fast fire rate. The Haymaker has the fastest fire rate in its class, firing at 300 rounds per minute, and it is a fully automatic shotgun as well. Along with the fast fire rate, it also comes with the largest magazine in its class with 16 shots alone, standard, and 22 shots with extended mag. It also reloads fairly quickly for a shotgun, coming in at 2.4 seconds. So for the attachments and setup and class setup that I would suggest for the Haymaker12, I would suggest that you use fast mags because you want to reload very quickly. You want to make sure you're going to be rushing a lot with this gun. This gun is not a camper's gun. You don't want to be sitting in the back. It doesn't have the range for that. So you want to make sure you can switch mags very quickly so you can move on to the next person. Extended mags because you will be running out of ammo fairly quickly. You want to get as much bullets as you can out because of the faster fire rate. You're going to be shooting way more and you're going to be losing way more bullets as well. Long barrel because the range already is horrendous, but you want to try to improve it as best as you can. Most people will try to say laser sight or suppressor. I think the range is already bad enough and you can't put a suppressor on it. And with laser sight, I wouldn't put that there because I want to hit as many people as possible. It's very unlikely that you're going to get 2-shot kills, most likely 3-shot kills. So when you're rushing, in case of multiple people, you're going to want to hit as many people as possible. And you won't be able to do that with a laser sight. So I would suggest not using the laser sight. Stay away from that. I would suggest using the MR6 because the range is horrendous on the Haymaker12. You're going to want to have something as a backup, something with a better range and better accuracy. So I'd suggest the MR6 for that. I would suggest a shock charge because you want to keep somebody in place so that way you can hit them with the Haymaker. It's going to be very hard to win one-on-one gunfights with this gun because of the low damage. So I would suggest doing that just so you can have the upper hand on somebody. Ghost because you want to be able to sneak around everybody and nobody to detect you because you don't want to be seen with this gun because 9 times out of 10 other people will beat you. This has a slower damage, it's very small damage, low damage, very low. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to be able to sneak up around people and flank them. I put hardwire because, like I said, you want to rush with this gun. You don't entirely want to be running right up into their face, but you want to be getting as close as possible. You want to be able to avoid counter UAVs and power cores that will not allow you to see other people. And trip mines and shock charges, you won't trigger them because in case, like I said, you're running into a house, you're running into a building to go attack somebody, attack a hard point or a domination flag. You don't want to be hit with a shock charge or a trip mine, so it's best to keep the hardwired. And gung-ho because, like I said, you're rushing, so it's very useful that you can be able to sprint while you're being able to fire. It's best for this gun. I'd say this is probably one of the better guns for gung-ho. This and the Brecci are probably the 2 best guns to have gung-ho on. So I definitely say gung-ho, and you're going to have to use the extra primary gunfighter to be able to use an extra attachment for the Haymaker12 in case you want to do this. You don't have to, but this is my recommended class. Now, on the score streak side of the things, I'm going to recommend that you use a UAV, a counter UAV, and a Talon. The UAV because you want to know where people are, and I don't believe that with the Haymaker you're going to make it to a lot of high streaks. The Haymaker is just overall not that great of a gun, but I believe that if you use some lower to mid-tier score streaks, it'll be very good for you. So the UAV so you know where everybody is, especially when you're rushing, that comes in very handy. Counter UAV so nobody knows where you are. You can go around rushing, killing as many people as you want without many people knowing exactly where you are, how they would know without a counter UAV. And Talon, because you want something to be watching your back, because people are going to, when you're rushing, there's going to be a lot of people around you. You're going to be hitting the spawn, you're going to be going through walls, I mean not going through walls, but going through buildings, and you're going to want something to be watching your back. I believe the Talon is best for that, so I recommend the Talon just to keep you safe and make sure nobody comes and shoots you in the back while you're rushing. And finally, for the Haymaker12 specialist that I'm going to recommend, I'm going to say that you're going to want to go with Overdrive from Ruin, the Glitch from Prophet, or the Kinetic Armor from, Battery. I'm going to say Kinetic Armor for Battery because you're going to want, like I said before, you're going to want to keep rushing. Having that Kinetic Armor and having it to use at the right time, it allows you to absorb bullets and kill more people while at the same time. It turns you into your own tank while you're already doing with a big shotgun, just pumping lead downstream. It's going to help you stay alive and keep you alive during these rushing situations. Glitch, just in case you call yourself in a pickle, you are rushing, which means you will be surrounded by more enemies than friends. So while you're rushing with the shotguns, the Glitch will give you a very nice escape route in case you get cornered by a couple people. You see like 3 people coming at you, you know you're not going to make it out of the situation. Or you jump right in the spawn with 3 people are waiting for you. You can just glitch right out of it and go into a different location, go a different place, so that way you can flank and get them all in one spot. And the Ruin Overdrive, because you're rushing, you want to be as fast as possible, you want to get around people as fast as possible, you want to flank as fast as possible, and the Overdrive will help you flank as fast as possible with the Haymaker. It'll help you go run circles around them 3-4 times before you finally decide to kill them. So I believe that the Overdrive on Ruin is a very good specialist ability for the Haymaker12. Now let's get into the Haymaker12's opponent, the 205 Brecci. The 205 Brecci can be unlocked at level 1, barring that you have unlock tokens. The 205 Brecci will do 50 base damage at its max damage range and will do 33 base damage at its lowest damage range. This will increase with +2 damage for each of the 8 pellets that hits. The 205 Brecci also has the only headshot multiplier in its class with 1.4 times multiplier. This means that the 205 Brecci will be the 2 to 3 shot kill at all ranges. The fire rate on the 205 Brecci is 212 RPM on consoles and 187 RPM on PC, and it is a semi-automatic shotgun. The ammo count on the 205 Brecci is unfortunately a little low with only 8 on your base standard mag, but it goes up to 12 with an extended mag. The reload time for the 205 Brecci is the same as the Haymaker12 at 2.4 seconds. So for the 205 Brecci, I'm going to be recommending pretty much the exact same class. You can see that I have it in gold, so I put a lot more work into the 205 Brecci as I have the Haymaker, because I feel that it's I'm just a big fan of the Brecci. It's a very good gun. So I'm gonna recommend the extended mags because you're only gonna get 8 bullets. 8 shots in the magazine. I feel that is not enough. You're just gonna bump it up to 12. That's gonna allow you to shoot a lot more. That's gonna be very useful. It's a pretty good damage for a semi-automatic shotgun, and you're going to be getting a lot of kills with it, so you're going to want to extend how many kills you can get with just one magazine by using the extended mag. You're going to use long barrel to increase the already pretty decent range for the 205 Brecci. It's going to normally, like I said before, going to be a 2 or 3 shot kill, so it's good to try to increase the range, get a little bit more bang for your buck, and that's why the long barrel will be installed. You got to get the fast mags because you want to just, this is a rushing gun. This is a gun that you'd actually want somebody to come up in your face first, because you just pop, it's over. So fast mags is good, especially because you're going to be rushing a lot with the 205 Brecci. So you're going to want to get a fast mag so you can reload as quickly as possible and move on to the next couple people that you're going to pop in the face. I'm going to recommend the Black Cell. I am a huge fan of the Black Cell. I have the Black Cell in gold as well. Let's put the gold on it. All gold, everything. Gold. Alright, I'm going to recommend the Black Cell because it's just a very good rocket launcher. I feel that the range on the Brecci is good enough that you don't need a pistol. So it's best to get a Black Cell to destroy some UAVs, get some extra points for your score streaks, and that'll be a very good thing for that. I'm going to recommend you use the Shock Charge as well for the same reasons that I said for the Haymaker. So it's very good, you keep somebody in place and then you just run behind them or run in front of them. They can barely do anything with a Shock Charge, so you just pop them 1-2 or 1-2-3 and that'll be it. Goes for the same reason I said for the Haymaker. You're going to want to flank as much as possible. You're going to want to rush. You don't want people to know where you are, so it's best to have Ghost. I didn't mean to put fast hands on here. I meant to put hardwired for the same reason. Like I said, you don't want to get tripped up. This is a rushing gun, so you're going to want to rush as much as possible. You don't want to get tripped up by trip mines or killed by shock charges and shocked by other things. So it's best to have hardwired on so it doesn't disrupt your rushing. And gung ho for the same reason as I said for Haymaker as well. It's a very good gun to hip fire. It's very useful to sprint and hip fire at the same time, especially with this gun and where you want to be hitting as many things as possible, especially with the higher semi-automatic shotgun damage. Not that it has many comparisons, but you can hit as many people as possible. That's why I'm not recommending the laser sight along as well, because you want to hit as many people as possible. I have had very good luck with this gun when I'm not using laser sight. For some reason, it gets worse for me when I use laser sight, so I'm going to recommend not using laser sight. You want to hit a wide area because it already does a pretty decent amount of damage, so you're going to want to hit as many people as possible, get as many kills as possible. Now for the 205 Brecci, I believe you'll be getting some higher streaks, so I'm going to recommend some more mid-tier streaks, I'd say. So I'm going to recommend that you get the Counter UAV, the Cerberus, and the Talon. The Counter UAV, for the same reason as the Haymaker, you're going to be rushing a lot with this gun. You don't want people to know exactly where you are. So Counter UAV is best for keeping yourself stealthy and killing people as many as possible before they realize where and when you are. So next, I would like to say the Cerberus, because the Cerberus is a overall very good streak. You're going to let your Transformer go ahead and wreck some damage, go destroy some other people, go destroy a spawn, go destroy just a large group of people, hold down a point while you go ahead and you keep doing it. And so while you're killing other people, your Cerberus is killing other people, and it's just a great little team up you guys got going on. And so you let your Transformer go and wreak havoc all across the map. And then the last streak I would recommend, and you could do this either way. You can either have the Wraith or you could have the Talon. I'm going to put the Talon for here because the Talon watches your back and it stays nearby so it can kill people who are trying to kill you. So that's why I'd say the Talon over here, so it helps you, if it keeps you rushing, make sure you don't stop, make sure it watches your back so people can't come from behind. And I believe that it's a very good streak for keeping you alive and being your own personal little flying drone bodyguard. But you can do the Wraith if you want some more streaks. I believe the Wraith gets more kills in my opinion. So you could go ahead and do the Wraith. Wraith will work, or you could just do the Talon. The Talon will watch your back. The Wraith will get you the most kills. It is your preference. It is not mine. Now for the 205 Brecci, I'm going to recommend just a little bit different. It's more or less the same. I'm going to say the Glitch from Prophet for the same reasons as the Haymaker, in case you find yourself in a very tough situation. You're going to be able to glitch out of it and maybe flank around in a different way so you can go and kill them that way. I'm going to recommend the Kinetic Armor from Battery because, like I said before, you're going to want to be able to be a tank. You want to absorb as many bullets as possible because when you're flanking and when you're rushing, you're going to be surrounded by a lot more enemies than friends. So it's going to be best to absorb as many bullets as you can and kill as many people as you can while being a big old tank. And for the last one, I'm going to recommend Heat Wave. This is a surprising one. I don't have it unlocked, but I'm going to recommend Heat Wave because when you're rushing with a 205 Brecci, you're going to want to be able to kill as many people as possible. Obviously, that's the goal of every gun, but the Brecci is special in this case. So what you're going to want to be able to do is you're going to be able to concuss all the people around you. This is a gun perfect for something like Hardpoint or Domination. So because you want to run right into a small crowded area and just blow everybody up there, up. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to use the Heat Wave, which concusses everybody in a very large area. Actually, it's a pretty good area for the Heat Wave. So once you run in for a hard point, you hit that Heat Wave ability, you go and you just pop everybody in that room and you kill them all. So I believe Heat Wave is a great specialist ability for a 205 Brecci. Now that we've discussed the guns, let's get to the moment you've all been waiting for. Which gun is better, the 205 Brecci or the Haymaker? Yes, I believe the 205 Brecci is the better gun of the two. I honestly think the Haymaker is a very bad gun. Like, maybe one of the worst in Call of Duty history. It feels more like I'm shooting a Nerf gun or a pea shooter than an actual shotgun. No, seriously, the fart gun from Despicable Me is more lethal than this gun. I just often find myself at a disadvantage when somebody spots me first and I don't spot them first. If I'm not sneaking up behind them or if I'm confronting them face to face, 9 times out of 10 they win that gunfight because this gun is so weak. I mean, this is a shotgun that sucks at close range, so what's the point of it? I find the 205 Brecci to be much more lethal and much more versatile. Whereas I can only recommend game modes like Hardpoint and Domination for the Haymaker, the 205 Brecci can excel in any game mode no matter what you're doing. It's an extremely versatile gun gun and gives me memories of the Striker from MW2 and MW3. This gun is bordering on overpowered, and in terms of putting it up against the Haymaker, I think it's far superior than the Haymaker. Despite the faster fire rate and similar damage profiles, I find myself losing way more gunfights with the Haymaker if the other person has a Brecci, or the other person losing way more gunfights if they have the Haymaker and I have the Brecci. Overall, I find the 205 Brecci to be much superior than the Haymaker12, and I would much rather you use the 205 Brecci because you will get a lot more kills and feel a lot more satisfied than if you use the Haymaker12 and get hit marker city. So there you go, guys. The first winner of Gun versus Gun, or the Versus series that we're going to be doing overall, is the 205 Brecci. Congratulations. Give him a hand. So what things do you want to see duke it out on my Versus series? Guns, weapons, specialists, games, score streaks, anything. You guys can comment down below, send me messages, send me on my Twitter, you can me on my Instagram. You guys can let me know what guns you want to see in my next Versus video. It was a lot of fun to do this, so I'd hope to do some more. So you guys just let me know which guns, which weapons, which lethal abilities, which grenades, what do you want to see go at it against each other in the next video. And with that, I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like and a comment. Of course, make sure to drop kick that subscribe button. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. Like my pictures. Make sure to follow me like a stalker on Twitter, but don't actually stalk me. Follow me on Twitch. Just try to live stream as much as possible. I even live stream on YouTube every now and then. If you guys are feeling so kind, you guys can go donate to my Patreon. I have it down in the description. You guys can go donate. Help make this channel a little bit better. I am not asking everybody to do this. Nobody has to do this. This is a choice, so I'd like to thank you guys for even thinking about it. And with that said, I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like and a comment, of course, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.